Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. My name's Badger, and I'm here for the first time this season for some Season 16 League of Lads action. We are in the first week of the new season, and new teams, new everything, but we do have the same old casting duo. It is myself, the most prolific caster in Lads history, joined by former DPC player, Lads finalist, many man of many a title, Strawberry Shark, aka Salacious Sea Lion
I'm
63,
an
aka
F1
Salvin is
racer
happening
now.
37, aka Rook, aka Turtle Shell, aka F1 racer extraordinaire who passed right side on the Brazil course this morning, aka Jim. How are you
How
on this
did you know
fine
about that?
evening? I know everything.
How did you know that I actually finished above Brightside to be fair, they were five lappers. I don't want to mislead the chat, but how did you? I just want to know how you knew that. Like I'm actually like really stunned.
I was on I was on Discord with man in the server playing the carry, Andy Bendy, and he heard you we heard you on his mic yelling. I wonder what is Jim angry about something? And Andy was like, nah, I think he's celebrating from Formula One. So we investigated, we got the information we needed, so
Gotcha.
you know, we keep up to date in the Snow server on our Snow people, but we do.
I gotcha. I think
Uh,
I was yelling. It was
you
pretty hype.
you were at least one yell, but I digress because we do have two teams in server tonight. On the Radiant side, it's Royal Andy. We'll cover them second because they're going to be the home cooked pro caster team today.
We will be so biased against
We
Dire.
are
Nothing.
going to be, no offense, Rice Point, Ice Yeti, etc. But on the dire side, it will be our antagonists of the evening, Bad Faith Bloosher, who of course are one of the better teams in Lads on paper this season. But this is our first series, so we'll have to see how they do. Most notable new name to this team, of course, is Pingu. Not that Pingu, it's the other Pingu, but he's still a really good player. Played on typical NA if memory serves. He's been around numbered. He's sort of semi-pro, lower-level pro stacks in NA. He's making his Lads debut. Of course, they have longtime player, Season 3 champion, Rice Boy. Longtime amateur player, Ice Yeti. Speaking of former typical NA players, Pistia. And also joined by newcomer Beach Jeans. They'll be a very tough opponent, but we have our protagonist on the Radiant side, Royal Andy. Of course, for anybody who knows me, and especially knows Jim, you can tell why we're excited about this team. We'll cover Andy last. He's our favorite, but we have a lot of friends on the channel on this Radiant side. Former Badger teammates Keshi and Breezy R playing in this team. I believe. Have you ever played with?
AGR is always nice to me too, even when I ask him really dumb questions.
Did you ever play on a team with Reed or no?
No, but I like Reed.
I know Andy and Reed have played together.
Wait, maybe I might have played like one of like I think I played like there was something I played with him. I think it was one of those like short 1 day turn. You know what I mean? Like I think I might have played with him for something for 1 day.
That'll work. Former former gym teammate, longtime Force support player, former Lads finalist Reed, aka Choppa, aka now tagged up as Barnabas, longtime support player, strong Oracle Maestro Fox, and of course our main friend of the channel, former longtime teammate of both of ours. A little more for you than me, but Andy Bendy playing the carry for the Radiant side, so. That's our player. Got some fun players
This could be
tonight.
Ember carry, guys. This series might already be over if they gave Andy Ember.
To be fair, Breezy R definitely plays the hero, and honestly, I feel like Keshi would be the type that would play it 4 as well. I don't think it's very likely, but they've got multiple Ember players if they need it. I know Keshi does play at mid, so they have 2.5 Ember players on this Radiant side. I say half because you don't see as many Ember 4s nowadays because it's
I actually
current
do
patch.
think that they should have 100% banned the Ember against this Radiant team because Andy has played it a lot pause one and Breezy R obviously plays it a lot mid. So like, yeah.
We'll say though, this Rubik pick is also very good. I know the Ember pick is good, but the Rubik pick is also good because this hero is just always good. Like think about Dota, right? Think about Dota, Jim. Is every hero, right? They have these great spells. You want to know what hero has the most great spells?
Morphling.
Nah, because Morphin doesn't get ultimates. It's Rubik.
And who cares about ultimates?
So you get all of the spells.
Rubik can only hold 2 spells at once. Morphling can hold 3 spells at once, and maybe more depending on what their shards are and stuff.
Rubik can also play a lot more. I mean, Rubik can play anywhere from like 2 to 5. Morpha can realistically only play one. I mean, I'm sure he can play
No,
other
he
roles,
he
but
used to get played mid a lot. To be fair, that's kind of like a new thing where Morphling doesn't get played mid.
I feel like it's been a little bit. But you might be right about that one.
I mean, for the longest time, I'd say he was like a 1-2 hero, and then he in the past few years has slowly been played less and less mid and become more of a one hero. But yeah,
He definitely has some
historically,
strong.
he like when I think of like the best Morphling players, I think of people who are playing a mid. For like aside from 23 Savage, I think of like CML, but like back like like when I think of like people who Nisha, like a lot of the best Morphling players were mid Morphling players up until like pretty recently, in my opinion.
So you can tell it's a generation gap thing because when I think of great morphing player, I think of like 2013 era carries and 2012 era carries. I think of like Sylar and stuff like that. But it's different. You're thinking of like late 2010s. I'm thinking early
Well, I'm
2010s.
thinking of like like post Morphling changes, like yeah, I'm thinking of like the post like when I started playing Morphling because I played the old Morphling a few times, but I didn't really play too much Dota. You know what I mean? Like,
Of course,
so to me, it's yeah, I'm not thinking of any of those era Morphlings just out of not really playing the game as much.
I was. Yeah, I know you were a big Jackie Mao enthusiast back in the day. I was like maybe the premier Sylar enthusiast in the Western world at a certain point. I watched every single one of his games. It was actually kind of disgusting. I watched every single Sylar replay from like 2012 to 2014. It was a lot.
That's a lot of them better.
He was good though. He was really
I know,
good.
I remember. I'm not saying he's not good. To be clear, I wasn't attacking him on that grounds. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
He was so good. I was so sad when he was like ousted, but then he regained his top carry spot after being ousted from LGD. I was very mad at Shout for that one. Hmm. I digress though. We do have some heroes other than the Rubik and the Ember. Bans Tinker, Omni, Furion, Ursa, DK, Earth Spirit, Invoker, Windrunner, Lena, Puck, all banned. 13 pick Venge, 14, 15 Sand King, Tusk. I like this dire draft a lot. What are your thoughts on the draft so far?
Um,
Speaking of Morphling,
yeah, I think both are fine. I think both are fine, honestly. I just hope that this Venge is not in Morphling's lane. There isn't. I don't think that is being particularly good laner with Morphling. I think you usually want a hero that can be standing more in front. Oh my god, bro, their draft just went crazy.
if you think about it, Jim, standing in front, more than just being a hero thing, it's more of a state of mind. Like if you're willing to die for your carry, you can stand in the front in any hero.
Yeah, I mean, it just Venge isn't Venge is like not bad with Morphling. It's not like very good with Morphling though either. You know,
I agree.
like it's alright. It would be fine. I prefer that they have something that doesn't mind getting gone on by Tusk +1 because this could very well be sinking mid. And then let's say they pick like Visage 3 or something. Wait, actually, Visage is totally not banned or touched. Oh my god. I wonder if neither team is a Visage player.
I don't I don't think Radiant's cores do. Maybe Keshi would play at 4, but I don't think these cores do. And then Dire. Actually, Pishy plays a lot of this. Isn't Pishy a super good Visage player? Am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't know. I don't know if he ever played it to be honest. I don't recall him being. He could be a player, but I just don't recall that.
It's possible I'm thinking of somebody else, but if memory serves, he plays the hero and he plays it well at that. Maybe I'm thinking of a different player, and if I am, then whoops, might be. But where do you think this pudge is going role wise?
I'm honestly kind of stun locked by it, Badger. I'm gonna guess pause 4 with 3 Venge. That's what my intuition tells me.
This team has, unironically, at least 4 pudge players. Maybe Fox also plays it, and if in that case they have 5 pudge players.
Dude, this is some. I don't know if I like this Medusa or not. I don't really think it's that great against Morphling, honestly. So I don't think I love it, but I think it looks fine. Like, I'm trying to decide if I like this Medusa pick or not. To be honest, Badger.
All right, I'm gonna try to sell you. I think this Dusa pick is an extremely stable carry. With a player like Yeti, who is like this notoriously enjoys to hit the creeps carry player, I think it fits this team's playstyle.
Yeah, I could see that. Cause like, Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know if this is a good or bad Medusa game. I actually can't tell. I'm just gonna assume it's a good one. And they made a good decision.
I think it can go either way depending on
Cause
the farm difference between Morphling and Dusa.
Cause like on the one hand, Medusa like is very tanky, so like you can't like instantly get swapped and die. You can't like get instantly hooked and insta die. You know what I mean? Like so on the one hand you have that, but on the other hand, like Medusa's like a very immobile character. So like I think if Radiant just tries to like pick people off on the outskirts of fights and not like just walk at the Medusa, it could be kind of tough. But I don't know. It's kind of like yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, there's actually a very ultimate win condition for Radiant no matter how late the game goes. Hook Dusa, swap Dusa, blink, swap again, refresh, swap 2 more times. At that point, you can move Dusa, what, like 6,000 units? That's
Yeah,
into the
something like
fountain.
that.
There's always that win condition no matter what happens this game.
And he could send a full strength adaptive strike stun as well.
At that point, you're up to like 6,400 units. Wait, they have Tusk though. Tusk and Rubik actually could break that. Never mind. I guess Radiant have to win on like actual Dota terms instead of whatever I just mentioned.
Well, it's not that easy for Tusk to break that unless he breaks it at the start. Because once it gets going, he's not going to be in range. If that makes sense.
It's true, but you think about what was the exact travel time from like it's like what like 0. 0.6, 0.7 seconds to get from Hook hitting to Hook arriving. So you have time to like, human reaction time is like on average 0.2
Yeah, but you
seconds
have to
throwing the
first
chain.
you have
You have
to like
time.
you have to appropriately react to the Venge swap plus the hook. Like you know what I mean? Like it's harder. It's like if all you have to do was save them from one of like you know what I mean. But like I think when the more spells get introduced, the more decision making trees the player has, and then like you know what I mean.
I mean, if you have a protractor ready at hand, you know the angle of the hook, you can blink and save him every time. So have your handy protractor on
Yeah,
your
sure,
screen,
yeah, but
and
like I'm just I mean I
because
don't I think
you have a protractor next to your desk, right? Ready for the series?
yeah yeah. All right,
Is that a
so
mid shaker or a mid sand king or a
I'm
mid
gonna
Rubik actually?
assume that they're picking their. I'm gonna assume that none of these heroes are their pause 5 and they're picking their pause 5. I'm gonna assume this is I'm gonna assume this is like Venge 3, Pudge 4 is what I'm gonna assume, and they need a 5 now.
What five do you go for then? I mean, there's not too many Dan fives actually. Is it maybe an Oracle game? Is it maybe a Jakiro game? What do you go with here? I like Jakiro a lot, other than the Rubik problem, because Rubik just takes your spells. But I guess this game, when there's so many good spells, this maybe not. Maybe you literally can't, because Rubik would 100% prioritize like Hook, Dismember, and Ice Path, right? May swap as well. Ugh, difficult. Either way, we'll find out now. There's only 10 seconds of reserve time left. Not too much time to contemplate. And the answer will be Shadow Demon. Certainly offers some save potential, offers some offensive utility into the Medusa, giving illusions, offers some defensive utility with the morphing illusions. You have a lot you can do here on the. Whoa, wait a minute. It's a 4 SD 5 Venge. So it is the Morph Venge lane that you were not necessarily excited for. It'll be an
Well,
SD
honestly,
Pudge
I
lane.
don't think Shadow Demon would have like. It's not like this is some off. Oh, they should bro. Don't be on Soul Strike, bro. Come, bro. Switch to the other one. Switch to the other one, bro. Come on.
What's the other one do again on
The other
Venge?
one makes your Q do more damage based on your opponent's last hits.
That sounds pretty good.
Um, Yeah, I mean, I think like early game it actually is like less damage than having the melee thing, but I think, but I don't think like I think like it gained like it like scales actually like really well and like it's I think it's better for support. I don't know though, Badger. Mo.
I'm going to assume you're right about that one. I'm not gonna look that up. You sound like you're probably right in this case because like you think about like the other one, it's more of a, like a core venge sort of thing usually. I feel like I probably
Yeah,
should
no, no.
know. I mean, I played Venge. I should know this, but I just don't.
I mean, the Soul Strike is definitely the one you always take when you're core. The other one is what you usually take when you're support, but I don't really think have it like I don't think having the quote wrong facet on this is like gonna matter too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's only damage, it's not like it's going to be the most if it's say stun duration, cast range, that might be more consequential, but it is what it is. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of my first cast of
Apparently the
this.
pick rate is like 50-50 on the two, by the way, Badger.
For just 5 or for all
Well,
rolls?
I'm looking at the support roles. I just briefly glanced at it. It's like pretty close to 50-50. So I guess you know, fair enough.
But if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of my first last cast of the season. My name's Badger. I'm joined by former and current teammate Jim. We're here for a series between Bad Faith Bloosher on the dire side. This came off of a lad's final loss, and Royal Andy, who are a more or less fresh stack, but have some friend relationships there. Radiant Smoke as 5. They've left their own jungle. Dire are in the Radiant jungle. Smoke as broken. Breezy is walking right into the absolute blast zone, but he still walks towards his teammate. Burrow hits from Pishja, aka B-Guy. Hook from Reed. It's Rice Boy, who drops first. The answer is Breezy. It's a trade for Rice Boy. Mid on mid violence, and it continues. Pishja is low. Fox is only 2/3 HP. The snake in the mouth, and the Burrow hits on 3 before Pishja dies. It splits 2 kills for Royal Andy. Venge stun hits Pingu. Fox is dropping. Hook again from Reed. A fairy fire from Beach Jeans. Fox to fall. Pingu is running. He's trying to avoid getting blasted on down. Yeti now fights. Everybody's fighting Reed as he's all of his mana hooking and trying to fight as hard as one more ice shards. Hits on 3 from Beach Jeans for massive damage. Reed will eventually end up going down. Look at the damage from SD. It should bring down Beach Jeans and one more poison. The poison will hit Beach Jeans. Goes down now 3 for 3 trade, and we're still fighting Yeti. Hits Keshi. No uphill mischance in this case. Now it's Pingu versus Froggy 2D Long, aka Bendy. Pingu's still running. Fox has respawned TP into the fight. And it's finally over. 4 kills for Bad Faith Bloosher, including First Blood. 3 kills for Royal Andy, and that's a fantastic start to this game.
That was a pretty crazy level 1, bro.
Maybe they made me work there. They made me work, Jim.
Yeah, I think it probably theoretically went to Dire's favor, although I'm not sure how it impacted the lane.
Where'd the runes go? Wait, the runes are...
2 of them are still there.
There's 3 of them, yeah.
3 of them? Oh, 3 of them. Okay, Breezer was the only player to have gotten a bounty rune.
Okay, I mean, Radiant see this. They just didn't grab it. They had the war here spotting it out, but I guess Rice Boy now grabs it instead. Bottom lane, we see a bit of an aggressive posture from Fox and Andy Bendy. For those who are wondering, by the way, regarding names we're going to be using tonight, Froggy2 Demon Dog will be Andy Bendy, and Choppa, the Pudge player, will be Reed. For those who are wondering why are we calling these players, and that's your answer. I may occasionally be calling Pishja, the Syanking player, P-Guy as well. It's kind of a fun nickname, so we'll see about that one. Important words to say to the people of the stream.
Me?
I'm at the chat. You already knew that, but the top lane, Yeti, takes a ton of damage. He's out of mana. Reed hooks him back in. A few more hits will finish the job. The poison hits. The right click is there, and Yeti has fallen, and it's still a lot of carnage. Now 8 different heroes have died this game.
Oh my god, Badger.
What just happened mid lane?
I was about to tell you, Badger, there's another one. And then it happened.
Is that standard again in the Shaker Ember lane, or do you think Breezy made mistakes? I didn't see any of that.
I would assume that this lane is Earthshaker favored. I don't know if the Ember should be like dying on level 3 type favor. Well, I would assume he'd want to he has 2 points. I don't know what's going on, Badger, to be honest.
He's gone chain
I would
gang.
assume you would want to max E against Earthshaker, no? Like, can he break it? Like, with level... So, wait, okay, let me think about this for a second.
We're seeing a fight top lane. Beach Jeans ends up going down. They'll head to Yeti. Maybe it's because he went for the chain gang anyways. He wanted to max the Q first, but regardless, we're just brawling. We're brawling. I will say though, it always is fun casting Breezy R. Like, if you were to make a list of the most volatile mid laners in LAS history, Breezy R is definitely up there. Maybe he's even number 1. He is a player who has had a number of notorious pop-off games and also had a notorious list of choke games. So you never know what you're gonna get from Breezy R.
BZR is rank 1, objectively, by the way. Like I did like an objective like stats based deep dive into his research, and he's rank 1.
For volatility.
Just rank 1. No, just rank 1.
I feel like rank one, the rank one player would be good like every game basically. You could have a player like, I don't know, let's go with say Pattern last season, who was very fantastic. He'd be one of the top mid laners. He had very few bad games. Breezy R's had a couple of games where it's
No, he hasn't. Breezy
it's been really, really bad sometimes.
That's not true if I don't listen to it.
I've played with Breezy. I've seen some things. I've cast a lot of them as well. Top lane, one more hook from Reed. Beach Jeans looks to fight. It seems like Radiant are winning the fight. However, look at Pudge's HP. It's only about 1/3 HP. He's forced to back off, so nobody's dead this time. Top lane.
Yeah, looks like Sinking is struggling a bit.
Another hook top lane. Yeti is so low on mana. He has the Arcane Boots in 7. And I guess the mana pool was high enough. Keshi will attempt to get the kill.
This guy is so dead on Rubik, I think. Oh, no.
Is he going to get it? He is. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Rubik who goes down as well. So in both of these side lanes, there is brawling. Across the map, 2 kills for the Radiant side,
I think
1 for the
the
Dire.
most relevant thing happening in these side lanes is that the sinking is like pretty poor, and they're not making stacks for him. So, yeah. And he doesn't have the invis facet, which makes it kind of hard to cut against Morphling, because Morphling can actually like run you down and like kill you pretty easily. So I'm pretty interested to see what transpires to this Sanking's game.
Yeah, maybe he'll go for the Blink Dagger, really focus on the initiation rather than going for the aura this game. But if he does that, then yeah, he might just be poor the entire game.
Well, even if he rushes the, yeah, I mean, if he rushes, like he still honestly needs to buy like, I don't think you can. I think he needs more net worth before I don't think he can like realistically rush the Blink Dagger, because he'll have it when he's super low level, with like low points and Burrow Strike. You know what I mean, Badger? Like he can't even really opt to like hard rush a Blink right now. Like he probably still needs to buy stats while he gets more EXP.
Oh, poor Kashi. Poor Kashi. He's so dead, actually. I've not seen a more dead man in a long, long time.
Oh!
Good jukes, but again, he's hasted, he's Shaker. He had Rubik backing him up there.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, I feel like he probably couldn't have juked it much better than he did. There's just no way out of death there. Bottom lane, Andy Bendy is becoming red, morphing strength. But mid lane, Echo Slam on Breezy R. He'll attempt to get away, but the cast times were too long and his HP pool was too small. That's 8 kills now for both sides. And we're not done against bottom, we're fighting as well. We're seeing a TP in by the Shadow Demon. Dire did not see it. Problem is, look where the wave is, Jim. It's over here.
Yeah. I think Wisdom Runes just probably gonna be split one apiece. No one is trying to snipe the Radiance Wisdom Rune, so they'll probably eventually grab it pretty easily. Pishta in a Pishta's dead.
You know, diving him under that tower again. No invis, no HP. Snowball delays the death, but does not prevent it. Now Andy is stuck under that tower, has 7 Wantar to play with. Rice Boy has arrived, but has no Fissure, has no Echo Slam, but apparently has no concerns for killing the man who is made of water. Contrary to popular belief, the Earth has lost to the water today, or sorry, the other way around, I should say. And at this point, Keshi's on the run again. Snowball will end up stunning. They'll dive his 3. Snowball gets the last hit, and Fox is simply forced to watch more of her teammates die.
Kashi actually had a wand. It might have been on cooldown, but if they could have gotten it off, they would have been saved because they missed the shards. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but
oh, I'm not gonna say that phrase again. I'm sorry. Just fucking Glock me, Badger.
I don't own a Glock. Sorry. I'm gonna go and buy one to make sure to Glock you. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does an alternative suffice, or must it be a Glock brand Glock?
Glock brand Glock.
Would like a Smith and Wesson work, or like a Colt work, or it has to be a Glock? Okay. I'll go.
You can use a CZ if you want, I guess.
I do not want a CZ either, sadly. But I'll make sure for the next time we cast, I'll have a Glock ready to.
The Czechs make the CZ, bro. Come on.
I'm aware of that, but again, I do not own a CZ, so unfortunately, what can you do? Alright, something going on in the dire side jungle. Beach Jeans versus Keshi, support on support action, but of course, our duel of subs will be ruined by the arrival of Rice Boy, who looks to demolish Keshi. Snowball gets Beach Jeans slightly closer to the Shaker. Ice Shards are a little bit off the mark, though, and as that happens, Fox and Reed bring down that top T1 tower. Now in come Shaker and Tusk. Rendezvous with bottom lane. They kill Andy Dendy. Back to top lane. This member is there onto the Shaker. Shaker is still fighting with Reed, though, and Reed is about to go down. Snowball is there, bring both forward. Keshi has reception defensively to save Pudge temporarily, and now he's got the barrier. He's running away. Beach Jeans and Rice Boy, they're still hunting. Pingu has arrived. Fissure hits only on the one, but it will be enough to bring down Reed. And now Fox and Keshi still have to fight in the 2v3. Pingu runs forward, has the lift, has morphed up the strength at this point. He'll lift back Keshi, now stealing the poison. Snowball forward into the punch, into the enchant totem. Keshi uses the wand, however, and still is running away. Now respawns Breezy R into the fight. He's remnanting forward, hitting the chains on everything. Pingu is dead. The move to Rice Boy, the move to Beach Jeans. It's already 2 kills, and they want to bring it out a third. He's running. He'll shards himself, but Breezy R cares not. He'll remnants. Doesn't even need to remnant at this point. He'll slight chains, a swap from Fox into the Venge stun, another kill for the Venge, double kill for Fox. That's 24 kills in 10 minutes. What happened bottom, by the way? How did Andy die? I guess Epicenter, or how did he even die there?
I honestly wasn't watching it. I didn't see how Andy died. I kind of thought, okay, this lane's gonna be boring to look at now, but yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, Badger. Epicenter's still up, so it couldn't have been Epicenter.
Honestly, that fight was long enough. Could have been Epicenter. Oh, Reed! Oh no! The timing a little bit off, I do suppose, or maybe he just got RNG'd on. Regardless, Rice Boy is absolutely screwed. Echo slam on one. He's trying to fight. He's turning things around. It's already one kill for the dire side. They've still been killed Rice Boy. Breezy R is hunting. He has a slight. He'll hit it for the kill, but now Breezy R is behind enemy lines, and so is Fox. Fox will swap offensively, disrupting Pingu's rhythm. But Pingu and Beach Jeans still want Fox. One more remnant in by Breezy R, but he's punched up by Beach Jeans. Snowball will stun. It's a dead Ember. 3 kills for the dire side, only 1 in return.
I'm gonna be right back, by the way.
And that'll make it 4 kills for the side of Bad Faith Bloosher. An absolutely fantastic team fight win, and it looked pretty good for the side of for Royal Andy until the very moment where they simply could not bring down Shaker. He got off his salvo, and as a result, it's a 4-for-1 trade. A big win there. We're not done yet, though, because Breezy R is playing Dota 2. He'll remnant towards the dire side tri-camp. We're fighting all around. Keshi disrupts Ice Yeti. Breezy R is low. Pingu is low. Stone Gaze from Yeti. He'll fight whatever mana he's got at this point. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Rice Boy solo kills Andy Benby. The trade across the map will be for the Rubik. Not quite sure how he died there, but I guess the Blink Enchant Totem was enough, because Eccleston was still on cooldown. Where's the death summary on that one? He just died to... He was playing on relatively low HP, it appears. Yeah, he just died. He got stunned and died. And at this point, Beach Jeans will be the new targets. Ended up tanking the gank for Rice Boy's Shaker. He'll end up dying, but that death on Morphling is definitely not what you want on the Morphling. That's his 3rd death of the game. The last 2 certainly... deaths alone in less than ideal circumstances for our protagonist Andy Bendy, and of course the main body of the action will be in the bottom lane where there's stuff happening. The main body, the Radiant, are here. A bit of a Vanguard from Rubik. Bottom. I, of course, use Vanguard in the more literal sense, not the Dota item, as if you are buying a Vanguard first on Rubik, I have concerns for your sanity and for your matchmaking rating. I guess Jim's not here, so again, usually, if you're talking like a military unit, you have your Vanguard in the front, your rear guard in the back, and then your main body between that.
I returned back to what did I miss?
Nothing happened. I mean, just more heroes died. I explained what a Vanguard means outside of a Dota context. I guess it's a pretty common word where, you know, it's used in military formations, it's used in Dota, and it's also used as an investment firm company where you have like a Vanguard retirement
Vanguard is also
profile,
the name
so.
of Riot's anti-cheat as well. There's a lot of Vanguards.
But that is true. Their kernel level anti-cheat, which is not very good for the computer, it turns out. I had to uninstall Valorant just because it literally made my computer Vanguard. It made it boot like a minute slower. It was that bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't had any problems with that, but I know it's been the case for a few people.
And I thought it was crazy. Like, there's no way it's just Vanguard, right? It actually was just Vanguard slowing it by that
No,
much.
no, I know that Rojo has problems with it as well.
Speaking of problems, B Team's the problem top lane is being hunted by Breezy R and Reed. Breezy R will have the chains thanks to Chain Gang. Reed has hook, pump fakes it, uses it, but a snowball. Only problem is the snowball brings him towards Reed. Not disrupt. The dismember will be there. I can't say words apparently, and they'll bring down the Tusk anyways. Meanwhile, bottom lane is Keshi, setting up perhaps for a kill on Pingu, looking for the offensive banishments. He'll disrupt. In comes Pishja looking to defend. Burrow on 2. The Remnant is stolen by Pingu. He'll Remnant forward on the Rubik. Still nobody at bottom lane, however. Pishja's fine. Pingu's fine. The Radiant are fine. But there's a lot of heroes congregating bottom lane. Dire have 4. Radiant have 3. There's still that T1 tower to TP2 on both sides. So we are not done. Looking at Dire Vision, they're playing relatively blind, however. All they know is Morphling is not here, and they want to kill this T1 tower. Speaking of the T1 tower, it has crumbled.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It did bad, it did. How does that make you feel just watching that T1 tower go down like that?
You know, I have a soft spot in my heart for brick and mortar, and you know, you watch Dota, sometimes it goes down. If one team's gonna kill some brick and mortar buildings, if not both. Bottom lane, Keshi has been found by Beast Jeans. This should be a kill eventually for it. Never mind, Keshi the Blink Dagger. That's the first item of the game. Pingu tried to Remnant forward secure the kill, but a little bit off the mark now is very deep behind enemy lines. He's trying to still stay alive, but with Breezy R and Fox, there will be enough damage. Meanwhile, Keshi is 5 and found by Pishja. Problem is, in comes Reed, in comes the remainder of the Radiant's team. Pishja is dead, Beach Jeans is dead, a triple kill for Breezy R on the Ember Spirits, and that is not what you wanted to do if you were Bad Faith Bloosher. You were in a pretty okay spot, net worth-wise, now you're behind by 2K.
Yeah, I think the game could get a bit hard for Dire if they can't fight with... Oh, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh. I think Dire needs to take fights around the Medusa, because Medusa's never gonna really be able to connect, and Medusa has like a lot of their team's net worth, you know what I mean? Like, the gap between Medusa and Sand King is almost 4,000 gold, you know? Like their net worth is very heavily loaded onto Medusa, and they need to take fights where Medusa is there at the start, and it doesn't have to chase into the abyss. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise it's gonna be very. I think Dire will not be able to win team fights if they start them without Medusa, because unless Medusa buys like a Blink Dagger, they're not getting into the fight fast enough. I think.
That's certainly a bit of a always a constant concern when you're playing with Deuces. You want the hero to connect, but the hero struggles to connect, so you have to take your fights very wisely. Unlike Radiant, you can just take a fight wherever, whenever. Hook was stolen by Pingu, though. They've gone in, hooked back Reed, they'll end up killing Keshi instead. Beast Jeans looks for one more, punching up the Pudge. Fissure ends up putting Pudge on the south side rather than the north side, blocking him away from the Dire rather than from the Radiant side. So it'll end up being one kill, and of course they want more. Looking over the items here. So you have Blink Shaker, Blink Tusk, Blink Sand King, the trifecta of just blink and stun things this game, and only problem is you're playing under this Radiant side Ops Ward, and they just saw all of your action there. They're dodging it out perfectly.
I think that Earthshaker will be strong with Ags, but they need to be pretty. They need to be careful that Earthshaker can find a good angle to enter the fight, because without BKB, there's a lot of stuns on Radiant. Also, Shadow Demon notably is very strong against Core Shaker if he gets off the Demonic Purge, because it'll dispel the W. You know, yeah.
They're kiting out
I didn't say it
Bloosher
there. I
so
didn't say it there.
hard right now. At this point, Pishy is already very low. Reed is in the middle of everything. It's already at Sand King. Stonegates is there from Yeti, but he goes off from Fox, keeps Reed alive. Dire are collapsing right now. Andy Bendy arrives, waveforming forward, shotgunning towards Rice Boy. Rice Boy is one hit from dying. He's stunned, but still alive. Meanwhile, look at Yeti. He's got no mana. He's got no HP, and Rice Boy has to keep on running, keep on fleeing from the Morphling. That's 3 kills, including the very important carry Medusa. An absolute triumphant win for Royal Andy in that team fight.
Royal Andy has the greatest player of all time, Andy Bendy, Froggy 2 Demon Dog. I think he's kind of solo carrying the game. His scoreline is not 1-3. His scoreline is 30-0.
You know what? I agree. I agree.
Is anyone on their team buying a pipe? I think they could really use a pipe.
Well, mid lane. We see action once again. It's Pingu and Beach Jeans under attack. I do believe both will end up dying. Yeah, both are most certainly going to die. 1 kill for Reed, 1 kill
Reed
for
has
BZR.
so many stacks of fleshy, by the way. Like if you look at his build, it's like not a very high strength build, but he's about to have 2.5k HP almost. Like
Wait a minute. Is
very
nobody
very.
on... You mentioned pipes. Well, does nobody on either team buy a pipe? Why is nobody buying a pipe? Okay, Pish is buying a pipe, but Radiant's not buying a pipe. Where is the pipe?
You know, it's in the woods.
I mean, someone's got to buy it. Maybe if you're Breezy, you're like, man, teammates, please buy me a pipe. You're like, nah, Breezy, we're not buying you a pipe. Like, all right, I'm Ember. I'll buy a pipe, I guess.
I think Pudge could still buy it after Shiva's, and it would be good. I think Pudge should buy it. The other people are just gonna farm it a little too slowly. If not that, then Keshi, I guess, is the next best bet.
He's already
Then
got 2
on the way-
items, though. I mean, he is just buying other things that are not pipe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pipe good. Pipe good.
Pipe
Controversial opinion. Pipe good. Blink, Echo, Slam, Burrow. They're throwing everything at the Ember. Keshi offensively banished the Tusk, though. The swap is out there defensively from Fox. Absolute chaos in the river, and Breezy R is kept alive. The initiation has been absolutely blundered. It's time for Bad Fate's Bloosher to take a bit of a retreat away from the river, and that is not what you wanted at all.
No, it was not. That was not what they wanted.
And now Radiant Smoke, S3. They are headed on into the Dire Side track camp. We found Beach Jeans, who blinks away. Hook hits Pingu. Rubik, you are going to die. You're going to die very rapidly. Keshi looks for more, so does Breezy. He's bouncing around the Aghanim Scepter around the Ember Spirit, looking for Beach Jeans in that T2 tower. There's the chains, there's the waveform, there's one more death. Dire lose both their supports. That's 26 kills for Royal Andy. They're up by 7k gold at minute 21 right now. Oh, we're paused.
Oh. Government, maybe?
I did a ping check. Everyone's ping is low. Nobody's got packet loss. It's not that. Could it have been Cat 1?
That's always possible, Badger. We'll never know. We could ask them after the game if we wanted to.
We might. Oh, Yeti. Oh, you cannot get caught bottom lane. You have no friends near you. He'll attempt the TP, but it's canceled by Reed. At this point, I don't think Yeti is a way of surviving. Yeah, there is absolutely no way out other than getting absolutely blasted. The kill goes to Keshi, and I think you know what time it is. I'm drawing the arrow into the Roach Pit. That's the obvious play there for the Radiant side of Royal Andy.
I think that Dire like need to walk around as 5. I think they just need like playing with Medusa necessitates a very like specific way of playing, and they're like just not doing it. Like I don't actually think the game is over for Dire Badge. I think their team fight is rather strong, but I just don't think they get how to like I don't think that they're ever gonna utilize their team fight spells in conjunction with Medusa very well. Maybe when they got enemy team, maybe when Radiant goes high ground.
This could
What
be
do
a
you
thing where
What do you think about this, Badger?
I'm thinking more like macro terms than that. Maybe this team is struggling to adjust to the new support duo. Where obviously, if you change both your supports, I think it's going to change the way your comms are. And oh, Rice Boy, you're dead. Okay, even though it is more or less most of the Bloosher team from previous season, both wait, Rice Boy alive? There's no way, right? He's actually alive. In top lane, they're going for Andy Bendy. The Epi is there. He was morphing agility. He was morphing agility! Now he's most certainly dead, forced to waveform away, so they did not kill Rice Boy. That's a miss. You've lost Edith already. That's a second miss.
Andy went the Aghanims.
Interesting.
Does he like know like how it works? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen him use it though. I'm really curious to see what's about to happen.
Well, mid lane,
Also,
they
I'm
dove
like-
Rice Boy, and they finally finished what they started. I'm still looking at the Aghanims description, though. Okay. We're seeing once again a jump. Bad coordination, though, from Royal Andy results in Ping living for a little bit longer than he should. Eventually, the kill is secure, though. Back to reading the Aghanim's tooltip. So, this seems good, right?
I think it's pretty good. I'm just like I've never seen Andy use it. Like it's I don't know. It's
Because
yeah.
you would use it on the Deuce, right? Maybe the Shaker, actually?
I don't know, Badge. Let's not worry. Honestly, let's not try to think too much about it. I will say I'm pretty surprised you didn't go Lincoln's this game. I think it would have been a really good Lincoln's Morphling
That
game.
goes away, I'm a Fisher, but a swap from Fox and a banishment from Keshi. Fox has given her life eventually at some point when she finally dies. Thus, there it is. But what a good save, keeping alive our main man, Andy Bendy.
I guess he just got it so that he can turn into Earthshaker and use the axe. That's all. Like he didn't buy it for that he didn't buy it for the other part of it.
I love it. It was Shaker, aka Morphling, has jumped on him
he
with the
fucked up
initiative,
there.
but he's very low on HP. He's just dead. He's just dead. It's a
He
trade
didn't-
for Sand King, but Dire are very happy. He's going to kill Breezy R as well. He has no remnants left. He has no remnants left. He's stuck. He's well by enemy lines, but he brings down Beach Jeans anyway. Stone Gaze from Yeti. Breezy R is trying to live. Is there the damage? Is there the damage? No, there's not. He remnants even further forward on Breezy R. That's 3 kills. And looks for a 4th on Pingu. Double kill for Breezy R. He's beyond godlike on the Ember Spirits. Alright, I don't know what to say, Jim. I don't know what to say at all.
Andy Rowe didn't know new Ags Morphling. He literally just DM'd me that. Like, I guess he heard us talking about it. I'm not sure. Or honestly, he might have just realized that we knew this the whole time, and then he only just now figured it out as he DM'd me.
Hey, this is like a conflict of interest.
I don't honestly. No. I don't know. I don't think there's a conflict of interest.
Nah, I mean,
I think
like,
the only
if he could hear you right now.
I guess it would be. I don't really think he can though. If he has a headset on, I just don't think that there's any chance he hears me.
We'll have to do some audio testing later.
All right.
Dire go for their own Tormentor. It's dead. Tusk gets a shard. Keshi, he's just walking in somewhat solo. But in comes Pudge. Echo slam onto again another swap from Fox. It's already both support stab on the Radiant side, though. They're gonna trade for the Sand King. Breezy R's revenanting around. Beach Jeans punches up and brings down the Pudge. Shaker is dead. Rupik is dead. Andy Bendy looks to clean things up. He once again becomes Shaker, then becomes Water, and once again becomes Shaker. Looking for the Courier, becoming Water, but the Courier is finally dead. Okay, never mind. That's a 3 for 3.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I think Breezier should buy a VKB, but you know what? I don't think he is. But that's okay.
Does Breezy R simic a BKB buyer to you? Come on now.
I don't
Do you
know.
really think Breezy Arc, okay, over under a number of BKBs Breezy Arc's gonna buy this season? Let's go with 7.5. You want the over or the under? Honestly, I might take the under on 7.5 BKBs from Breezy this season. Just
No,
doesn't like to buy
I don't know.
BKB.
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to have to think about the odds for this. I don't. This is too hard. This is too hard.
So there's 24 regular season games. Let's say in the regular season, that's like 1 in every 3 games. Do you think he's gonna buy 1 in every 3 games, or even less often than that? I think it might be less often than that.
Um,
Uh,
Badger. I think he's gonna buy 10 BKBs. I've decided.
Alright, so you want the over then of 7.5.
Yes.
I'll take under 10 though. I'll take the under on the 10. And we'll see where we're at when the season's all said and done.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Maybe if you include playoffs, it'll be 10 plus. This team, with the way they're looking game 1, I think they're odds to make playoffs, which gives you more time to buy BKB. Okay, what's your favorite lads beef this season for the upcoming season?
Our beef with 10 and how we're gonna crush them in grand finals.
Okay, other than our beef, what's your favorite lads beef this season?
I don't know. Well, I can't. I don't know. I can't. A lot of times I really can't tell when people are beefing and when they're just like, I don't know, like they're just like.
Okay, we'll
Weird.
include both real beef and fake, sort of like
Well,
comedy fake beef.
I don't know like any like because that would influence my opinions of them. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Yeah, you have to give me some examples for me to like.
Okay, the example that prompted this is we're seeing Patience in the chat, former member of this Bloosher team, the Dire side, rooting against Bloosher right now. Which I'm pretty confident is fake beef, not real beef, but I find it pretty entertaining.
I don't want to. I don't want to rank beef right now. I'm sorry. Okay, I like pork. I prefer pork. I don't. Yeah.
I see.
I don't want to get caught up in lads drama. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it
No.
lads drama. It's more lads current events. Like,
That's the same thing. Those are the same things.
that's fair. Actually, it's kind of the same thing. There's a couple interesting through lines, like Discord beefs going on this season that I'm excited to see what happens. Oh, that's a triple bounty rune. They just grabbed 3 bounty runes. That's never a good sign. Alright, next Roshan is very long, by the way. That's
Badger.
Hmm?
Oh,
You go, you
Vengeful
go.
Spirit. They're
Yeah?
gonna have the Ags. That's really hype.
I think me and you would agree. It's a very good item on Venge that you buy literally every game on Venge, no matter what role you play, so just buy it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Andy didn't get an early Lincolns. By the way, I feel like it makes Sanking like totally worthless against your hero. And you're really good. You really like to turn into Sanking, although since he has Ags, he wants to turn into Earthshaker every single fight. But yeah.
Alright, I'll make the devil's advocate here. There's a lot of ways to pop Lincolns this game. Obviously, it's still good against Initiation Sand King, but in like a longer fight, it'll get popped by very low priority skills. Blink Burrow is there on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's already dead. A fantastic hero to start on. And at this point, Dire not only they need to get more kills. They want Reed, who's once again swapped away by Fox. How many like absolutely fantastic swaps have been from Fox this game? Like 7 now?
Yeah. Honestly, I think Vox is probably the MVP of this game so far. They've actually been like really owning. I'm pretty sure they saved all of their cores at least like twice now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're
100%.
just like their bench is actually like 1v9ing the game for them, to be honest.
I only recall Fox saving Andy once, but again, there's been so many good saves that it's hard to keep track at this point. Okay, only problem, Roche respawn is so long that now both teams have checked it, and Roshan's still alive. The double damage on Dusa. This would be a great time for Roche to be alive. About a 2/3, okay, when Dire walked into that bit, there's about a 2/3 chance Roche would have been alive, but alas, what can you do sometimes? Well,
Badger.
Hmm?
Oh, I was just gonna say they're setting up.
you're
This
gonna have to
is
hold that thought because the setup has ended. It's action time. They're going to go in for Pudge. Problem is he's really, really tanky. Dyer getting utterly, completely shotgunned down. Pisha buys back. Beach Jeans buys back. They brought in the event, but then just playing Vent with an Aghanim Scepter. It's once again Venging time. One more swap, this time from Pingu, who's stolen on Rubik. Now it's a Venge swap once again. Yet he's trying to fight, but where can you run? You have no way to leave, and now you're running out of your mana to play with. Dyer collapse. They have lost 5. They've used 2 buybacks. But at this point, you have no buyback on Medusa, and Radiant are running on down the bottom lane. They're going to force more buybacks. Shaker uses his. Pingu uses his. It will be a 4v4.5 fight, because Vengeful has the illusion. In goes Tusk looking for Keshi. Instead, Reed disrupts the initiation. SK is low. Tusk is low, and both are already dead. One more double kill for our boy the Brazier. At this point, Dyer's defense is looking pretty weak, pretty anemic, pretty lethargic, one might say. And as a result, the Dyer buildings will once again crumble. Full racks taken bottom lane, that's 2 racks now down. Pingu is swapped in by Fox! He'll remnant away, but again, your buildings, they are dying. They're really, really dying right now. Rice Boy cannot get away. Simply death. 4 down. Brazier wants to fountain dive. I don't think he will, but he still wants to. As that happens, Andy Bendy and the team finish the buildings. That will be megas. There are not 2 G's in the chat quite yet, but this game is most certainly over. Perhaps they'll look to fight with Medusa. She has no rapier, but she'll try anyways. She's got all of her spells and 1 Rubik backing her up. Problem is, she's fighting 2v5. Slight chains from Breezy, hits on 2. Hook will end up being off the mark thanks to Force Staff from Pingu. Keshi looks to disrupt. Pingu cancels the middle animation, now disrupt anyways. Radiant focuses here, Force both have gone down. They're hitting the Ancient. 1 more chains is there on Rubik. In comes Tusk. He's running the fight, but 1 more hook from Reed will bring down the Rubik once again for 3v5. Stone Gaze from Yeti. He's trying to play. Throne is half HP. Dusa has been morphed into by Morphling, away from him to bring down Sand King. Dusa is still trying to fight, but this time is alone. The GG is called. Game 1 will go to Royal Andy in a 35-minute rout.
woo.
Woo! I was a little higher than you
I'm
there.
gonna say hi to Royal End really quick.
Okay, sure. Oh, I still see you for game 2, that
I'm back.
Oh, you're back already? Okay. I thought you were gonna be long. I thought you were gonna go on for a little bit longer than that, but
No, I just said woo, go team, and then I left.
that's just a woo go team. But on
Badger, can you make? Okay, thank you.
yeah, you
All
want
right,
to?
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, on that note, Anakata Super breaking game 1 and game 2. My name is Badger. I am joined, though not technically currently, by our man Jim, aka Strawberry Shark, and we're gonna see you for game 2 of Bad Faith Bloosher versus Royal Andy in, I don't know, about 4 minutes probably. See you soon. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for game number 2 of Royal Andy versus Bad Faith Bloosher. Royal Andy, our boys. One game do in pretty dominant fashion, but Bad Faith Bloosher, one of the preseason favorites, look to bounce back. I'm once again joined by Jim. How you doing, Jim?
Pretty good, chilling. Yeah. How about you, Badger?
10 seconds
I'm
remaining.
doing all right. You know, need a little bit of extended little break between the two games, but luckily I am back. Got some bands, got some P's, so some B's and P's.
Hype.
Got some Omni Knight, Earth Spirit, Meepo, Invoker, Windrunner, Ursa, Wyvern, Tinker, Ench, DP, all banned. 8-pick Furon, who I believe was banned out at game 1. Response 9-pick Ember, though this side will be different than last side. It was a Royal Andy Ember Venge last time. This time it's a Bad Faith Bloosher Ember Venge. Speaking of Venge, Venge was 13. The response is 14 CM. I actually really like this Ember Venge opening from Bloosher. It's like, you know what? You say, if you're going to beat us with Ember Venge, you know, maybe we'll try Ember Venge. We'll see how it goes. If we think we're better, we can win with your heroes, I guess.
I like playing with CM. You have more mana. What do you think about that, Badger?
That is a factual statement. I will agree with you on that one.
I bet this is core NP, by the way.
Team pick.
It appears to be
Or
the
no,
case
wait, now it could be
yeah.
core ogre. Oh god.
I'm thinking Sup Ogre Core Furion, but we'll see. I will say my draft predictions over the years in lads have been remarkably accurate given how little analysis I put into my draft analysis for these teams. I've been off a lot, obviously, but I've been compared to other analysts and casters, I've been right a lot about draft suggestions in this league. And there's no real reason for me to have been right, but it just keeps happening.
Jungle gap?
Maybe it's a bit of JG.
Think so? Also, JG so stands for jungler, so you have to say JG gap.
JG Gap.
Thank you, Badger.
Ooh, it is Mr. Rockman who will gather no moss. Speaking of heroes who do not gather moss, it is Chaos Knights. Hopefully that segue was pretty good, but the instant snap response is the Underlord, who is pretty good this game. Notoriously can be very annoying for Ember with the pits. Has a lot of AoE damage for the CK, so this could be a great Underlord game this game, and I'm trying to figure out what the roles are now. Will it be a carry Underlord? Will it be a mid Furion? I don't really know yet. I mean, core Ogre? I don't. We'll have to find out here. What would
Badger,
be
it's gotten so complex now.
Team ban.
what would be the wildest orientation of Dyer's lanes? You think?
I think what we see right now is Ogre Magi pause 1, Underlord mid, Nature's Prophet 3.
Does Andy play carry Ogre?
He was playing in unranked and trying it out, I think, and maybe even some ranked games. I'm not sure.
As pause 1 or just as Ogre?
As Ogre.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
I will give that one a verified interesting. Seems like Reed, who's drafting for this Andy side, does not know what role hero Bloosher needs. He banned out the Rubik, and he banned out the Beastmaster, so it's two different roles he's banning out. Maybe he's unsure where the Tiny Venge are going right now. Regardless, again, a lot of heroes we saw last game, but once again, that's 3 different heroes who have swapped sides. This time they'll be Shaker for Royal Andy rather than Bad Faith Bloosher. So perhaps, okay, I'm gonna predict here. So carry Furion, mid shaker, offlane underlord, sups ogre CM. That sound accurate to you? Because surely that's accurate, right? Surely.
Yes, probably, Pedro. I don't know. Pedro, I just want to see. I just want to wait and see what they actually do. You know what I mean? Sometimes thinking about it is fun, but sometimes you just want to you want to let them cook, and just
So
enjoy the
the thing
show.
is, we cannot be General Wait and See. We are not
We
General
could talk. We could. We
McClellan.
could. We could
We are
talk about
not
reading.
General
We could.
Tiberius. We are Andy. Andy. We're Andy fans. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could also just talk about what rating might draft. I think they need an offlaner probably. Tiny 4, Venge 5, KS91.
I just had two really deep cuts, by the way. If anyone in the chat knows those references, but if you know both references, and you can be my friend.
I don't get it.
General McClellan was the big Union general in Civil War before General Grant's. He was known as
Oh,
General Wait and See, and the other one is General Tiberius, who also earned that nickname from his Balkan campaigns in I forget the exact year. It was during the emperorship of Augustus.
I was gonna say Timbersaw could be a good pick for Radiant. Oh no, so it's Ogre mid.
Whoa! Whoa! Can I get a whoa?
Whoa.
Whoa!
I kind of wish Breezier had taken the other facet though. I feel like having 2 points in Ignite at level 2 against Ember sounds really unplayable for Ember.
Hey, are we sure it's Ogre and not Jakiro?
No, actually, I'm not sure, Badger. You're right. Sorry. I'll try to be more sure next time.
You know how to think about it. Who do you think weighs more, Jakiro or Ogre Magi? Ogre Magi is pretty
I
fat,
don't
but
know.
Jakiro might be pretty dense. Large and dense, for that matter. Is there a way to test this? There probably is. To some extent.
That's a great
Speaking of
question, Badger, but I don't know the answer.
speaking of testing, who do you think's going to win the test of the better drafting game two? Who do you think's going to win game two here?
Um, I think that Andy's team will win. Their draft is so wacky that there's no chance their opponents can beat it. They're gonna be like mentally stun locked.
All right,
What do you think about that?
I will be the contrarian and say, you know what? Dio's got a bunch of melee heroes who's strong against Timbersaw and a Furion who's literally made of trees, so I'm gonna go with Bad Faith Bloosher to 1-1 the series. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Bad Faith Bloosher taking on Royal Andy. Preseason favorites Bad Faith Bloosher got absolutely demolished by Royal Andy, and Royal Andy looked to complete the upset by starting off 2-0 against this Bad Faith Bloosher team. My name's Badger. I am once again joined by a man of many titles, former DPC player, longtime Lance player, blah blah blah, great player at Dota. Jim, how are you? I already asked how you're doing, but it's time for game number 2, and right now both teams have gone for a deep invasion of their opponent's jungle, so seems like we will not see the 7 pre-horn kills we saw in game 1.
I think I'm scared, Badger, but I think that I'm gonna make a prediction, Badger. Okay, you ready?
So
Andy is gonna skill W level 2 and kill someone with it. That's gonna be the first blood.
The battle
you know what?
begins.
I think that's somewhat unlikely, which means it's a great prediction, because if it comes true, you can say, hey guys, I'm
Yeah,
Jim, I'm smarter than you, you should listen to the things I say about Dota.
I just emotionally feel that. But I don't know if I even logically think that's the most likely, but emotionally I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe he'll like hold skill point, either go for Sprout or teleport, depending on the situation. It's not like
I
necessarily
don't know,
needs
Bedra. I
either
just hope
immediately.
I hope at level 2 he kills someone with teleport. That's all I want. Is that such a difficult request, you think?
I don't quite think it is. Alright, so Breezy R is demolishing mid right now. He denied 2 creeps, and then Rice Boy didn't get the last hit in the 3rd creep because of the way Breezy R attempted the deny, so it's It's only one wave, but the one thing that playing with Logical and picking his brain really taught me is the first 3 waves in mid is really important. So, Breezy had a good first wave, so we'll see how the next 2 waves are going as well.
He did stick with the increased multicast chance, by the way.
He's here to scale, apparently.
Yeah.
He is a real scaler.
Listen, I played a decent bit of Ogre mid. I don't really like his setup, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I like Brazier.
Breezy R is definitely he's his own player. Like, we live in a Dota world where a lot of players they just follow what is cool, they follow what is good. And Breezy R is like, you know what, guys, I'm Breezy. I will play my own brand of Dota, and I appreciate that one.
Based and tint build, I guess. Let's go with
If
tint build.
you're curious, he did not skill teleport, by the way. He skilled Sprout, so
Yeah, no, I know. I already knew my dream was gone, Badger, but thank you for rubbing it in. That's okay.
Hypothetically, he gets a level 3, skills TP, and gets the kill anyways. Would that still count? Never mind. It's 2
Sure.
Falcons, bottom lane, first blood. Beast Jeans on the vengeful spirit grabs it, bringing down Keshi. They've been peppering him all lane with attacks. He tried to set up a ward, did a bit of cutting earlier, and took a lot of damage, so he's been pretty low on laning phase, and as a result, it has turned into a kill. In top lane, speaking of kills, it's another 4 support going down, this time the Tiny dying to the Fox Crystal Maiden.
I don't think we're gonna have as many kills as we did last game, Badger. It's really not off to that kind of a start.
Yeah, I mean, this time last game, I think we were up to 9 or 10 kills already. So I think it might have even been more than that. So we were really deep into the kills, and
Some lane shenanigans occurring in the bottom lane. I think it's favoring Dire. I think. I'm honestly not sure. It's like a really weird. It's like a really weird lane shenanigan setup.
yeah, it's an odd orientator. I mean, Beach Jeans grabbed 2 of the creeps, then Keshi brought more of the creeps. I'm not really a lane dragging expert the way that you are, so if you don't know what's going on, then I definitely do not know what's going on. Would you say that you are Lad's premier lane dragging expert at the current time? Top lane, Pishja kills Andy Bendy. The Fox Jet, I'm dying as well. But would you say that you are Lad's premier creep dragging expert right now?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
I was pretty sure you're going to say yes, but I just wanted to hear it from your mouth, you know.
No, for sure. I've done more lane. I think me and Andy have played more games where we've utilized or played against wave dragging than like most of the like league combined. Like, and that's not even like hyperbole. Like,
I'm well aware.
people just don't drag like waves in like 6k MMR or like 7k MMR. Really, I feel like even like in higher MMR and NA, like people like really rarely do it. Like, I just think that like people, I don't know why people just don't do it, and yeah, I don't know what to say.
Top lane. Oh no, Andy is dead again. But
No, oh,
P
but
guy
they're
is
funneling
dead as
Fox.
well.
They're funneling Fox after the carry performance game 1. They're gonna funnel them the Crystal Maiden Ags.
Is that good? I guess it
I
is.
don't
good.
actually know. I haven't read it in so long.
Like, I know what it does, but I don't know if it's good. Especially this game, there's a lot of ways to cancel that. It's still interruptible, right? It's,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
it
it's-
is. You would.
and Venge stun, Venge
Maybe
swap,
after the
CK
BKB, yeah.
stun, Tiny stun, other Tiny stun. That's 5 cancels this game. Maybe more if I counted it wrong. I don't actually know if, say, like, Ember Chains or Reality Rift cancel it. I don't think either do, but if they both do, then that's 7 suddenly. Bottom lane, Keshi is once again under attack. Beach Jeans actually has more move speed than Keshi, so this should be a kill for the Venge at some point. Blood Grenade is available if needed. Keshi now south, and the creeps block away Beach Jeans. The kill has been forfeit. Meanwhile, top lane again, it's Andy Bendy under attack, tossed away by Pingu, sponsored by Fake, and well, I end up seeing Furion walk away anyways.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I will say, I feel a little bit bad for Pingu. Like, he has a name, but yet there's another player in the region who is more known for that name.
There's like There's like a dude. There's like it's not just him and the other guy. There's like a lot of people who. It's like a really popular name, or it was a really popular name in Dota at one point. I swear to God.
I say it specifically. There's another guy who plays his role in his region, who's just more known and better than him. So it's like, ah,
Well, no.
is he
Other
the NA,
Pingu
the NA
plays
Pro
5.
Pingu?
Yeah, but to be fair, one of them is a 5 and the other's a 4. They both play support, but the other Pingu is pretty. Is
Oh,
definitely a plus 5 player.
This bird has died.
Radiant's middle
Oh.
tower is under attack.
I consider both subs seemingly roles nowadays. Top lane, they're also going to bring down Andy Bendy. Yeah, Andy's had a rough game so far. He's 0-3. He's been dying a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't quite know how much that matters for him, but it's certainly not a good thing. So
This ogre mid really didn't shut down the Ember like too bad, honestly. Like I think this was not what you were hoping for out of the ogre mid.
Are scanning.
I mean, he's winning these weekly. He won the lane, right? And he's number 1 net worth. What is,
I mean,
occur?
yeah,
Is
but
that a Midas
he's only
occur?
up like 500 like on the Ember, and that was after support rotation. You know what I mean? Like you definitely want to.
They're diving bottom into Yeti. Where's Breezy's money? Shouldn't he have way more items, actually?
I think he has something on the Crow.
Maybe it's Blades of Attack. Bottom lane Reed's going to end up going down very soon. The move to Breezy, who's brought back in with the reality. That's a lot of good team play there from Bad Face Bloosher, bringing down both. Where's Ogre's Courier? We need to find Ogre's Courier. Where is it? There's nothing on it. Where is items? Why does he...
I don't.
Tower is
On Badger, I'm just as lost as you are.
Okay, 900,
under attack.
1900. Am I just that bad at math? I guess he doesn't have that much money. Wow. Kashi went very deep going for a ward, but when he got the ward up, he was caught by the Radiant side and brought down. Luckily, his ward remains alive, but I think it's D-ward. It's a rough death there for Keshi. I guess I thought he had more money for whatever reason. He just has 3.2k. And he's got 3.2k in items. The Bottle of the Illusion rune now gets gone on by Tiny and Ember. He'll look to stand his ground as Crystal Maiden TP's in. Haras biting the Ember Spirit, who once again slides further forward. The Remnant to dodge the fissure. Fantastic dodge from Rice. Well, gets stumbled off the cast of the Fire Blast anyways. Keshi is tossed away. Pingu and the Tiny ends up going down. Rice will sight the finish off the Breezy R Ogre Magi. Bench stun hits the Shaker, but the Frostbite will end up bringing down Rice Boy anyways. That's a 2-for-1 in Royal Andy's favor. Problem is, in comes Pistia. Fox unleashes the Freezing Field, trying to fight, but alas, Timbersaw is inevitable. Has a 2-for-2
Badger,
trade.
my winner of the game prediction isn't panning out that amazingly yet.
Is remember this time last game, Bloosher were up by like 2k. And then, like 5 minutes later, they were down by 2k. So it's a very volatile stage of the game still. Only problem is...
And he's sitting on a lot of net worth. Oh, dude, Pisha's almost 7.
yeah, he's sitting on a lot of
so
net
good.
worth, but he's also sitting on another death. That's his 4th death of the game now.
Oh, he just ended up queuing up a Midas. Very interesting. I wonder if he's going to do something like Midas into Gleipnir, or what he's planning on doing.
I'm a little bit concerned though, because you look at the items here. There's a lot of very greedy items on this this Royal Andy side. It's gonna be a Midas on Ogre, a Midas on Furion, and you have this tier like Shaker who also needs an item early on. You have Underlord who needs a lot of items to be relevant, and I think they might just get run over here.
I'm watching Badger, and
Dire's top tower.
I mean, this tower is gone. The question is when the other towers will be gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, no doubt about it.
yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this goes.
So often you see that first offlane tower from the offensive perspective die with the siege unit, right? But the thing is, they got it before the siege unit, so they can go either through the twin gate or even sort of group mid and work for the siege unit to go for another tower kill. Before that happens, though, we are fighting. Riceboy will dodge out the fissure with the remnant to the west. If we're on a siege unit watch, both mid and bottom on the Radiant side, it could be relevant. As it currently stands, Ice Yeti, Phantasms, Pistia will chain forward. Reed is in a lot of danger, and well, I guess he's no longer in danger because he's simply dead. Dead men cannot be in danger because they're simply dead. This Keshi ward is doing a lot of work, though. It actually spots out a lot of this rotation to the mid lane. It's a good early warning, like, hey guys, let's get away from mid before we die. But Keshi needs to be a little bit careful. Pingu is a little bit short on initiation. As a result, there will not be a kill on the Shaker quite yet. Breezyard looks to play the Vanguard, grouped up with his team middle lane, and as that happens, Andy Bendy kills a huge courier. That's the courier of the CK. That's basically the full arm on the courier. Meanwhile, mid lane, Beach Jeans gets gone on by a lot. He'll look to perhaps use whatever he can, but no time for to swap in this case. Remove the Ember Spirit, who has a remnant up. He's once again chainsaw inside a pit of malice. That's 2 kills for Royal Andy, and much like last game, kills could be the solution for this net worth disadvantage that the dire side see.
Roger, look at Andy. He's just perfectly farming the woods.
He is. I mean, the man of the woods, the prophet of the nature, one might say, is in his comfort zone right now.
Oh, look at what Reed is built. Did you notice Reed's items, by the way, or no?
Yeah, Treads, Harpoon. I saw, that's part of why I said it was so greedy, but Keshi gets gone on, but he fished and turns on Pingu. The 1-for-1 trade so far. Pish just trying to timber chain away, but again, there is no running. There is simply dying. That is 2
I don't know
kills
why,
for,
Badger,
for
but I
Royal Andy.
misinterpreted I misinterpreted the item you're talking about. I thought you were saying it's buying a heart, and like I was like,
Harpoon, yeah, it's maybe I was speaking too quickly. I
think you were doing great, Badger.
I drank a
think
monster, so I might be a little bit too rapid
No,
right
no,
now.
you're
Beach Gene swaps
you're
away,
fine.
Rice Boy gets still on the tower by a 3. Benchtaunt hits the Underlord. Underlord ends up surviving, but now Ember's clean things up. Free Tingle has been used by Fox, but Tingle canceling everything. It's a 3-man avalanche. It's a 2-for-1 so far. Ember is low. Ogre's trying to dive with the Ignite, but there's just too much damage. That's a 3 for 2, thanks to the Wrath of Nature to finish off the Ember Spirit. Regardless of 3 for 2 in favor of Bad Faith Bloosher, and again, they've been doing a little bit of sputtering recently, but they are still strong and they still want to fight.
Keshi needs to get some like gold funneling time. It's a
Yes.
really like Earthshakers against 3 melee cores, one of them an illusion hero, one of them who almost never buys BKB. In Timbersaw. So I think Earthshakers have a lot of impact once he gets BKB, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, hold
Yeah.
that thought, because look at Pingu. Look at Pingu. If Pingu gets this rune somehow, if he somehow gets this rune, he's literally the goats. I don't think it's possible for him to get it, but if he somehow gets it, he's literally the goats. He's definitely not going to get it. Never mind. Meanwhile, it's a Fiend's Gate from Reed. Pish ends up securing the Wisdom Rune anyways. However, back over to Pingu. He's just so deep right now. And now he's dead.
Badger, I really like watching you just profit farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that.
Happy to learn things every day. I am happy to learn things every day.
That's awesome, Badger. I kind of like that Dire is just ignoring reading right now. Like, just hey, you know what? You guys take whatever you want. All right, we're gonna go get our Shaker Blink. Get our items. You know, I like this. It's good.
Hmm. It's a slight problem is you look at this CK. He is farm-wise running away with the game, and yeah, I think you get a little bit more answers to deal with this CK. Obviously, with Shaker Blink and some more items on some items on the Furion, you can deal with the CK. But right now, CK will be very, very strong once he has the Orchid finished. And he is not far from that Orchid. Well, middle lane is the name of the game right now. 3-man smoke from Royal, and DT1 goes down. Echo Slam on 2 from Keshi. Blinking forward, out the Ember Spirit, and he's brought down. Phantasm has been used. Armlet from Ice Yeti. Swap away by Beach Jeans, but Yeti's harpooned in by Reed, who slaps him down with the Echo Saber active. And now we're heading for Timbersaw Dota, but he demolishes Reed's Underlord. Pistia is low. Andy Bendy finishes the kill with Wrath of Nature. Now 4 for 3 trade. Pingu, the lone survivor, will attempt to get away. And he will get away, it appears. But the result is the same. It is a win for that of Royal Andy. They come ahead in gold. Keshi tries to finish the kill on Pingu, but a blink away by the Tiny will ensure that there's no kill there. Regardless, again, good win there for Royal Andy. But we're not done yet, because we're still fighting. Keshi, the target, Fox, backs him up. Remnant comes up from the Ember, but he's getting stun-locked! He's getting stun-locked! And now he's dead. Harpoon in by Reed. Beach Jeans tries to live. It will be futile. The trade is for the Shaker. 2 for 1 so far. Yeti, it's on the run. Pingu will avalanche 2. He'll toss away the Underlord, saying, you know what, guys? Let's cut our losses, toss away the big bad Underlord, and have that be the end of our fights.
Badger. Andy's farmed. He's top net worth, and he's gonna get more items.
I agree. It's that
pretty
again,
hype.
that last fight as well did a lot of work for him being this farm, because I think CK was ahead before the fight by like 1.5k gold, but but Andy had a bunch of kills in the fight, and
CK does not have a. CK doesn't like. They're not calling SNY. They don't have a BKB, and they've got a Manta queued up. Like, I don't know how CK like plans on hitting people between Earthshaker spells, Reed spells, and even CM spells. Honestly, to some degree, you know.
Maybe he's just hoping to hit a timing before those spells are overwhelming for him, because they go around the Orchid Manta and kind of run the train. But if Radiants do not play the macro game correctly, that can really backfire for Yeti on the CK. Guess what time it is, Jim? Guess what time it is? It's 2-man smoke time. Towards the top lane go Pistia and Pingu, the double P guy collection, looking to fight. They see Reed, I believe. Smoke now breaks.
Shit.
Breeziar broke it. He's
Knock it off
tossed
late
on
belly.
up and brought down immediately. Echo Slam hits the bench, and the CK Illusions now 1 for 1 trade. Reed arrives. Wrath of Nature does some damage. So far, it's looking pretty good for Bad Faith Bloosher. Yeti and Reed fight. Reed is taking too much damage, and he's dead right now. Now a 3 for 1 trade. They'll head to Fox, who's attempting to juke with the Glimmer Cape. Chain him by Pistia, finds Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden will turn the Crystal Melton at that rate. Now 4 for 1 route for Bad Faith Bloosher, and this could even be Roshan time. And indeed, it is Roshan time. But we're not done yet, because Keshi has arrived to the top lane. Pick your bets, Jim. You think Keshi's gonna steal the Aegis or not?
No.
Roshan's
I think
not
there's just gonna
dead.
be a.
They're smoking
I think there's
away.
just gonna be a fight patch. I don't think there's any kind of steal going on. There's just a battle.
I see.
I think. Could be wrong.
Well, I guess the Roshan is half HP, sitting in the pit, chilling like a villain. And at this point, we're at a bit of a standstill, waiting for the jump. It's a 5v4 with Fury unable to TP into the top lane in 6 seconds. Rest Boy leads the way in Viz, inching towards the Breezer. Link, Avalanche, and Toss from Pingu into the Pistia damage. Ember looks for more. Fox is into the Glimmer Cape. Reed TP's away. His TP is not cancelled. Now, Radiant want more. They'll find both subs. Fox certainly will die with the castle on Keshi. He'll die as well. That will be 3 kills. 2 to Pistia on the Timbersaw. Roshan heads bottom lane. And I guess, well, that means Bloosher will head bottom lane as well very soon.
Badger, look at the NP. It's magnificent.
This is true. This is
Do you
true.
disagree?
I agree, but CK is keeping up right now. Look at the difference in net worth. It's literally 1 creep.
Badger, Do you think they'll ever take the Roshan? Do you think it's gonna even die? I don't even think this is. I think the Roshan is gonna like not die for the rest of the game.
No, Roshan is surely, right? I mean, we've been at the Roshan pit for like 3 minutes. Surely one team will kill it eventually. Radiant smoke, it's broken immediately. Swap in by Beach Jeans. Looking for Breezy R. Big KB from the Yeti. Mans up and brings him down. Beach Jeans will be the trade. But now it's Keshi, orchided by Yeti. That'll be a dead Earth Shaker. Reed is in this with a Shadow Blade, looking for an angle on this fight. I have no idea what he's doing right now, but it'll hit a Malice on 2. Maybe he's gonna win the fight. Problem is he's out of mana. And stunned by Chaos Knight. Fox is tossed up and brought down by Pingu, and it's already 3 kills. We head once back over to Reed, and Reed is once again in. What is this build from Reed? What is this?
Badger, I'm trying not to talk about the Reed build. You know, like we could spend the rest of the cast talking about it if you want, Badger, because you know.
I'd be down for that, actually. This is
Badger,
hilarious. I love this.
who needs things like stuns or dispels or debuff immunity or auras? Like, who the fuck needs that shit when you can buy damage
See,
and invisibility, Badger? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, this is just this is a natural evolution of the Dota player. Like,
see, okay, in a vacuum, I don't disagree with Reed's build. The problem is he's playing off-lane and not for support anymore. Usually the off-lane buys all the weenie aura bullshit. And now no one's going to buy it because you don't have an off-lane player on your team any longer. You have this like super 4 player instead. It's hilarious. This is like the most hilarious build. I have a feeling this is gonna be a reoccurring trend because we're gonna keep casting this team. We're gonna keep going for this kind of build. Wait. Look at the quick buy. He's changed it. He changed it. Jim.
honestly, no, I don't want. I want him to buy like a BKB or a Manta now. Like, I don't want him to go back and buy auras.
He's got.
Honestly, although why didn't Breezy just buy the like? You could just like buy the Midas and then go auras. Like, he already bought a blade mail too. It actually kind of would have been good.
That's the problem though. Breezy R is also not a weenie aura buyer. Like you need a weenie
Well,
aura
no,
buyer. on your
he's
team.
being the BKB buyer, which is like the same type of thing, you know, though. So like,
I think he's just tired of being stunned. They've been stunning him every fight. Well, here we go again. Run a relatively even spot net worth wise. Dire indeed will actually buy an aura item eventually. As it currently stands though, Radiant, they don't have that many auras either though. It's only the pipe, right?
No.
Do you count Veil as an aura item or?
sort of. Shiva's just like half of an aura item. It sort of is. Veil before Shiva's though is not an aura item, no.
That's fair. It's just an AoE active. Which I guess is not an aura, so... Definitionally not an aura item, but it's not an aura.
Yes, accurate. Bajar. The 5th.
Well, there.
Well, you have a
Bottom
problem
lane,
being called the 5th?
Rice Flag has gone on.
Oh, and he has the Orchid now.
He
And
didn't
he
BKB though, he
Glyph
did not BKB! He simply did not. He got greedy on Rice Boy, and at this point, now it's Dead Ember. Avalanche.
Reed
Hits
has
the
a
Underlord, and he's going to end up dying on Underlord eventually. Gleipnir's there on 2, but it's too late. Now it's Pistia inside the
Orchid.
Sprouts. Orchid has been used. Fissure hits the Timber Saw. Pingu avalanches 2, tosses up the Ogre Magi. Pistia brings down the
shit.
Furion. And both teams losing so much HP, but it's Radiant winning the team fight. Orchid on Fox. No freezing field for you. The lone survivor Keshi will Echo Slam on 1 to bring down P-Guy. But he's still getting hunted. We'll get away from the Avalanche. Fissuring 2, looking to run. He's got Blink in 5. He can live for 5. And he actually might live for 5. He's Oh, no. He actually might have lived if he ran a little bit longer. But instead, he will find death. He will embrace it. The 5 stages have been reached. And it's indeed a full 5-man wipe in favor of Bad Faith Bloosher.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Fine or not, it's already occurred. It is simply happening. I mean, you could be angry, you know that they've lost a fight, but it's already happened. You know the funny part, Jim?
That Underlord is actually gonna buy a Crimson card with a
Nah,
Shadow Blade and a Harpoon in them.
We already litigated that one.
Oh,
I mean, I'm talking, you know, more larger topic in general.
I don't know. What is the funny part?
If hypothetically you are able to like get in some sort of like hyperbolic time chamber and watch every sports broadcast ever produced, you'd be like, wow, this battery guy steals a lot from sports broadcasters. There's a lot of little phrases that I say, you'd be like, huh, I can tell you exactly who he stole this from. Where
Oh,
luckily I steal it from different, you know, one phrase from different broadcaster here, one from a broadcaster there, where unless you really knew what to look for, you wouldn't necessarily know who I'm stealing it from, phrase-wise.
oh, okay.
But again,
I don't think you steal,
hypothetically,
Badger.
I borrow, I know, Rubik line, but...
You don't steal!
You can call it an homage instead if you want to be generous, but... Yeah, if you were in the time
An
chamber...
artistic reinterpretation of a classic, but it's a new independent work on its own. That's what you do.
I like your version of this.
I'm just being factual, bro. Like, what do you mean version?
So you're saying your artistic,
this is
your
so
artistic
toxic,
interpretation of my statement?
Yes, it's an original work of mine. You can't like. We need to get an intellectual property rights lawyer in here. Like this is.
Do you know
Pretty
any
much.
intellectual property rights lawyers you can get on speed dial to join this cast right now? I personally don't. I don't run in circles with IP lawyers.
I don't know.
See Reed trying to grab the wisdom rune on the Radiant side, gets caught and gets brought down. I actually have some people I do work with in my line of work that know law stuff, but they're not IP lawyers, so I'm not sure how much they would be useful for that. Echo Slam bottom lane, Orchid on the Ember Spirit, Correction Bloodthorn, my bad. Regardless, Rice Boy is once again dead. Breezyar, what is he doing exactly? Let's find out. He's been stunned by the Avalanche and the Venge missile. No BKB
Oh, yeah.
and TP,
Oh,
but it's
no.
swapped by Beach Jeans.
Oh,
Breezyar.
this game is too silly.
No, it's actually not silly enough yet. This is not silly enough, Jim.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like, if you think about it, right?
Attack.
Maybe you can hear the circus music in the distance, but the circus has not yet arrived. And once the circus arrives, that's how you know we've reached peak silliness.
Okay.
Oh no, the couriers! There's so many dead couriers! Oh no, the couriers!
Dire's
Okay, one of them survived. Who survives? Keshi's courier survived. That might be the most important one, actually. That's its refresher orb. Ay, ay, ay. That means no Crimson Guard, though, for Reed. You need that courier for the hit booster. Actually, might have needed that.
Oh, okay.
I do want to point out, look over at the item of Tiny.
Andy?
He's got a Wind
Oh.
Waker.
Andy almost has a hex. He can kill anyone with this. This is how he wins the game.
This is factual. He certainly, again, Bloodthorn, Gleipnir, Hex is one hell of a utility combo where you just, you can't really get away from that easily. Meanwhile, in the bottom side of the map, Keshi was looking to farm his Orb of Refreshing, but the only refreshing he'll be doing is a fresh trip to the grave for the next 52 seconds. As that happens, we see a bit of a do-si-do between Rice Boy and Andy Bendy. There'll be a TP play away by Mr. Bendy, and well, the chains on cooldown means his life will be maintained. When's next Roshan, by the way? Oh, Roshan's alive. Roshan is alive over here. So they can head on down and do a Roshan whenever it's convenient, I suppose. Or maybe not. We'll see.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ogre Magi, I think, has changed his queued up inventory like a lot of times. Badger, have you been watching?
I've been.
Badger,
He
what?
has. I have been, and he has.
He had an axe queued up at one point. I think I saw a blink there at some point. I feel like I've seen a lot of. I think I've seen a hex in there. Maybe am I crazy? I feel like I've seen him have like 4 different things queued up at this point.
And Breezyar definitely is a player very willing to change its quick buy. He's
I
done
like
it
that.
again.
Right? That's a good. Oh, again?
BKB
Well, yeah, no, no.
from Rice Boy. Ogre Magi is taking some damage. Roshan dies. Yeti grabs Aegis. Breezyar just now BKBs, but that might be a little bit too late. He's swapped in by Beach Jeans. At this point, Breezyar has to run. He has to hide, but wait a minute. Bit of body blocking keeps Breezyar alive. And now Pingu will hunt anyways, knocking the base to bring down Crystal Maiden, but the Ogre Magi is a little bit too tanky. Regardless, Roshan is dead. Radiant grabbed the goodies, and has to get a little bonus kill on Crystal Maiden. And, well, it's time to run it down the bottom lane. But notice the Rat Dota has been engaged by Andy and company. Keshi in the mid lane, Andy and Reed in the top lane. As a result, they'll TP back for Shaker, but it's a bit of a catch-22. Where you don't want to leave them alone in the lane, but if you TP back, notice where they are. They're no longer at the base to push the base.
Mo.
And now, again, they've left the bottom lane, therefore Andy Bendy is cutting bottom lane. They're going to struggle with equilibrium because of the ratting. This is probably their best chance in mid right now to run it on down and siege. Flop in by Venge, finds Reed. Reed will lose all of his HP, but does have a buyback. Buyback from Underlord. Shaker is alive in 20. He lacks a buyback. Breezyar will use Ignite to drag the wave. Andy Bendy cuts the wave. So when these creeps end up eventually dying, and they're already dead thanks to the drag away from the banner, that means that, again, you'd have to go for these heroes instead. Breezyar, Big KB's trying to fight the Sons of Venge. Venge is a Wind Waker, I believe, by Pingu, and now Beach Jeans is slow. Spots further forward. Echo Slam on 3. Breezyar is effort to trade for Pingu. Remnant Virus for the ring down. Everybody can, but nobody's dying on the Dire side. She finally dies. It's now a buyback from Tiny. Dire running with 4. They're low on HP on a lot of different heroes. Andy Bendy's brought him by CK, and CK will end up bringing him down. And now Reed's trying to fight, but he cannot fight. That is a dieback on under Lord Fox. Runs away from Rice Boy. Slight chains are up in 3.
Badger, it's not looking good. What the
Avalanche
hell?
hits, and Rice Boy will finish the kill. Tossing in Rice Boy. Now it's hexed by Andy Bendy. The bottom can be on an Ogre Magi Ember inside the sprout and brought down. It's 2 dead, but the Racks are still alive. Yeti wants to finish them. He needs to finish them. And Dire hunt for Pingu instead. When Pingu dies, that'll be a dieback. He's dead for 103 seconds, so perhaps it's time to get something as compensation. Radiant run with 2 and Avenge Illusion. Seems like they'll get away, but for Royal Andy, they need something. They've lost a lot.
Andy's only halfway to BKB. He'll be really way more strong when he has BKB. Yeah. So do we think that Breezy has finally settled in on hard, Badger?
Yes. I think he has.
Excuse me.
I do believe
Oh.
he has.
Okay, and what have you emotionally settled on, Badger?
No, I accept whatever comes. That's my job here. Fox, TP's away. I don't know how that one just happened, but good TP away by Fox. Fox has been very impressive so far this series, and well, we'll see if Fox can somehow carry this game again. Can Breezyar solo Tormentor? There's no way he can, right?
Are there any really crazy 25 talents to look out for? I don't think Andy's are that crazy. I mean, removes teleportation cooldown is nice, but like, I don't think it's actually that crazy. You know what I mean? Like, It's just whatever. Oh, Ember.
Ember
Oh,
has
Ember's fine.
been caught. Problem is he's BKBs now. Andy's forced to TP away. The Gleipnir from Rice Boy cancel TP a few rounds. He's dead for 2 minutes. He's dead for 2 minutes. That's a disastrous death for Andy.
That's pretty painful.
Actually, might be more rack. That's a long time to be dead, and a lot of the sieges have been delayed so far.
Oh
this
no, I'm really
game.
worried that Reed might die right now.
Yeah, I mean he's trying to rat, but
Oh no, Reed
well,
is dead.
he's
No
caught. He's
buyback.
got no way out of this one other than
It's
death.
It's game over. It's game
He'll
over.
attempt the Phoenix Gate, but yeah, there's no escaping. Only dead. So
Oh, Batch,
yeah,
that's so sad.
it's actually over. I think. I mean, maybe it's not over. Maybe they won't call GG here, but it's effectively over now. This will be a lot of buildings dying. Mid racks are already kind of dead at this point. Top rack should die. I don't know. It could be Mega Seer. This could be a lot of building damage. Could even be thrown potentially. Breezy R is continuing the rat Dota, by the way. He's his bottom lane right now. Taking the tier 2 tower, but again, note the dire base. It is not having fun. It is harkening back to the fall of Troy right now. The impregnable walls simply have become impregnated, and well, they are simply dying. Keshi looks for an angled Echo Slam. He has 2 of them. There's a miracle play here, but the pipe makes things hard. Go, Keshi. It's time to go. There's no waiting. You have to go now. The illusions are there. Your base is dying. What will you do? The answer appears to be nothing, though. He's just doing nothing right now. He's biding his time, but yeah, maybe now's the time. Frostbite against Tiny. We get Fissure stunned, but swapped away by Beach Jeans. Harpoon back into the pit by Reed, but again, this is a hard angle. Echo Slam, it's on only 1, and CK is absolutely fine. At this point, Underlord will try to fight. He's brought in one thing by the Reality Up and brought 2 Reality of Death. Echo Slam on 4 from catching the refresh, but again, this is not enough damage. Beach Jeans finally dies, but Royal Andy are crumbling with a capital C. Rice Boy actually is very low, rooted up by him, actually solo killed by Fox effectively. So it's currently a 4v3 fight. But you have CK. Link stunned from Ben, Chits 2, Ogre ends up going down, has no buyback. No buy the fountain for Andy Bendu. BKB just to survive his own fountain. Fox is brought down to the CK. Now buys back into the game. Then once again swaps away Furion, who's still locked into his own fountain. Radiant are diving. They're diving. The toss back, the full 5-man wipe. And there's your GG in the chat. We'll have a 1-1 draw officially between Bad Faith Bloosher and Royal Andy.
I'm okay with this result. They got a 1-1 start, Badger. That's very solid. What do you think?
Yeah, I think both teams have some stuff to be happy about, but both teams certainly will want a little more. I think for Royal Andy, this definitely could have been a 2-0 win, but again, a couple of the if game 2's sort of early mid game went as well as game 1's, would have been a 2-0. Again, you can't win them all. Bad Faith Bloosher, that game 2 was a very important bounce back because they needed to get at least 1 win here just to kind of keep pace with the Joneses in this group. There's going to be some really strong teams in this this group B that are going to be hard to keep up with depending on how some of these opening series go, and certainly a lot easier to play from the 1-1 start than from the 0-2 start. But you know what? 0-2, sometimes you're 0-2, Jim. Sometimes you're 0-2. All right, you got any more analysis or?
We're not 0-2. They just cheated. Don't listen to them.
What can you do?
That's my analysis.
Thanks
for
for coming on tonight, Jim. Do you have any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads? Nothing? You good?
I hope everyone has a nice season. Hope they have a good time. Thank you for inviting me to the cast. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just a failed F1 racer, Badger. That's all.
Fair. Thanks for coming on tonight, Jim. Congratulations to both teams on their single game victory tonight. Thanks, of course, to the viewers for tuning on in for this 1-1 draw between Bad Faith Bloosher and Royal Andy. I'll be back at the latest on Sunday, potentially earlier than that. Maybe we'll see what I'm up to tomorrow. I'm not sure if I will cast tomorrow or not, but if I'm not casting tomorrow, then tune in 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Royal Andy cast by the official Royal Andy caster duo, Badger and Jim. We'll be playing legendary Dota Mind, Logical Loda, aka Logical Dota, and his teams. That'll be an absolutely fantastic brawl. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, the 25th of August. So be there or be square. And you know what? I'd much rather be a triangle than a square. So you just have to be there. I'm not sure where I'm going with this one, but as always, if you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, especially if you're a pro TL looking to hire someone with some BTS America's experience on both the admin and caster end. You know where to find me. It's Badger Pablo on Discord or Badger2 on Twitter. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great night.